Hey guys, Pat from Elite Action Joe Studios. Jameson behind the camera. So real quick video, kind of connected to the How Far Will Joe Go, sponsored by...
Here we go.
Puplux 4583. Anyway, that's one of my shirts. I've worn it before, but I love that shirt. So about the shirt here, no reason for it. It's just Emma wanted me to wear it because she got me this for Christmas last year, and I've never worn it on a channel. Donald Duck's my favorite Disney, and he's fighting like the leprechaun that some people often compare me to. Anyway, so here's the connection to this little video and How Far Will Joe Go. So I got these for Christmas. I have not hung them up because we have very limited wall space, but my older
You're
daughter...
stuck on the latches, be careful.
These, what?
The little latch, yeah.
So these are really cool, and the connection is... So this is the patent, the picture diagram of the patent for the G.I. Joe articulation and action figure, along with the documentation. And the funny thing is, I've been wanting... there's a metal board, or a metal one of these in color that I had watched on eBay, but I just never pulled the trigger because of the space. But my daughter remembered, my older daughter remembered that I was kind of wanting it, so she was able to get these. I don't know where she got them, but we're going to hang those up eventually. But also on the Traveling Joe, as Tom calls him, which I love, in the How Far Will Joe Go contest, Cody from Puplux 4583 made a special t-shirt for that, and it is this diagram that's on the front of the t-shirt. So I just thought that was cool. You guys dig this? They are available on eBay in different formats and stuff, but I don't know my daughter, she probably, I don't know, drew it herself because she's quite the artist. Tom had said Traveling Joe, and that reminded me of something a little bit silly, but I'm going to share it with you guys. So I worked for the airlines for a long time. I did a lot of traveling with them in the management and with their training department. So I went to a lot of places, a lot of airports and stuff. And it was kind of right when I was starting to get back into stuff, and so they didn't have a lot out there at the time. So I kind of put together a Joe, and I started taking him with me. He'd sit in the seat next to me if it was available. I'd go to a bar and he'd sit, and I'd put him in a seat, and people would say, what, who's that? And I'd say, that's my friend. And they'd say, hey, let us buy you a drink. And I'd say, sure, I'll have a Miller Lite, and my buddy will have a shot of whiskey. But it did strike up a lot of conversation. But what it was it was a starting lineup, 12-inch Cy Young figure that I put into a formative action Vietnam uniform, and then some 21st century toys, I think accessories. But I didn't want to take any of my real Joes out at the time because I didn't want to lose them. But so this was my kind of Traveling Joe, and I'll take the cover off. But so you can see it's just different things, and I dirtied up his uniform, one of my first customs, so to speak. But so he was a pretty neat figure. I bought a bunch of those starting lineup figures because I was actually into starting lineup but not into baseball. So once I figured out that, hey, these are 12-inch just like Joe, I popped them all open, took off their uniforms, and put them in this kind of stuff. So I had more figures. So if anybody needs baseball uniforms, I probably have them all. But anyways, I'm going to put this back on so the little grenades don't fall out. So here is the box. So on this side it says Oxford, Mississippi, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, South Bend, Indiana, Notre Dame. That's the Elite Brigade. Savannah, Georgia. I ended up living there for quite a while. And then on the back, LaGuardia, Memphis, Denver, Cleveland, Houston, New Orleans, Portland, Oregon, Bend, Oregon, Eugene, Oregon, Newark, Seattle, Centralia, Snohomish. I can't read that one upside down. Washington. These are just many of the places that he traveled to with me. A couple of these places I lived. Memphis.
I think the one at the bottom is like Ocean Shores, maybe.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's what it looks like. Except
it looks like a G.
But anyways, so just when Tom recently used that term, I remembered I had this guy, so I grabbed him out and just wanted to share that with you. Early on in my reacquainting in the hobby, this guy used to travel with me all over. And those are some of the places. There was a lot of other places that I would forget to put on, or whatever. I used to have a little piece of paper with him that had other places, but it's not in here. I don't know why. Anyways, I just wanted to share those two things that, for me, tied in to the How Far Will Joe Go contest. And that's all. Just a quick one. Jay likes when I do quick ones because he, doesn't like hearing me. But anyways, that's all, really. It's done. See you on the next one.